What's up, everybody? It's Stas here. So yet again, another crazy day in the stock market. What else is new? We had the S&P and the Dow go down 0.2%. The NASDAQ 100 went down 0.6%. And somehow, some way, the Russell 2000 went up 0.1%. So today, we're going to break down some technicals, go over stocks I'm looking at, my thoughts on the market, and in general, what I'm doing right now. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and yes, it's 7 p.m. and I'm still drinking coffee, guys, so let's get right into the video. So what you guys see right here is SPY, which tracks the S&P 500. It's an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, and what I'm looking at here is, well, overall, the uptrend is continuing still on the 4-hour chart. We'll start with this, right? The uptrend's continuing, but what I'm also seeing is we're slowly losing steam, right? And that bearish divergence that we called out a couple weeks ago, you guys can see the RSI is weakening, but the stock, or rather the ETF, was still pushing up. That looks like it's playing out, right? That bearish divergence, and it looks like, as of now, that is, SPY is losing steam. We saw that big sell-off last week from 420 roughly, well, more like 423, almost mid 420s, right, down to about 400, and we got that relief rally Thursday leading into Friday, and we saw the futures were down earlier, and we saw a decent snapback, I'd say, throughout the day today. Really, it was the latter half of the day, but overall, on the 4-hour, it looks like this spot right here on SPY could potentially be a lower high. No joke. I mean, look, 415, this is a lower high from the previous, and if we fail at this point, which as of now, it looks like we are, and let's say tomorrow or some point this week, we end up dumping under the moving averages here on the 4-hour chart, that could be a sign that SPY wants to go down and maybe take the lows out from last week, or at least go down and test those lows at about 403, 402 in that general area. So the fact that we didn't fully break out today, that leads me to believe that the Bears might still have some juice in this fight, guys. They might still push this thing lower, so just be very mindful of that. And on the 5-day, 5-minute, I'd personally be looking at this little downtrend, really on the intraday chart. You guys can see it as well. Look at this downtrend from Friday heading into today. We're making lower highs, lower lows. So if we end up breaking this downtrend, let's say we take out 418 or something like that, then maybe we'll be seeing some bullish momentum in the short term. But as of now, the Bears are winning 100% as of now, right? And a lot of things can change. Like I've said before, this market is very unpredictable, and QQQ is one that I'm also looking at, which tracks the NASDAQ 100. You guys know that. This is the tech-heavy index. This is an ETF that tracks the tech-heavy index. And you guys can see, look, the Bears are in charge on this. Look at this. We're still trading under the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. We're seeing a death cross. The 50 SMA crossed under the 180 SMA. We've been talking about that. And by the looks of it, guys, we're not breaking out of the 50 SMA here on this 4-hour chart, and we're nowhere near my price alert on QQQ. Well, I guess we're decently close to it. We're only about $4 away, but still, we dumped under that at about 328, and now we're trading at 324. So by the looks of it, this wants to go down and test the lows from last week at about 315, and I'm not too opposed to that happening. Quite frankly, I'd like to see that happen because I'm going to be buying more tech stocks, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if it happened either. Truth be told, I would not be surprised. So watch out. I'd say the biggest level right now is 326 to 328. If the bulls fail to break out of there and we continue seeing push towards the low 320s, this could be going much lower, and that is something we have to be worried about, or not necessarily worried about. I don't want to be worried, and I don't tell you guys to be worried, because the truth is, what's the point of worrying, right? If you really think about it, what's the point of worrying? The stock market, it's going to do what it's going to do, regardless of if you're worrying or not, right? That's what I've learned. The stock market it's going to go down, it's going to go up. And if you're worrying, that is a choice, in my opinion, that you make. And yeah, sure, we all worry. We're all humans, but we have to control that. And it's really a skill. You'll learn that over time. It's really a skill. And I'm sure a lot of you have learned this skill at this point. Maybe some of you haven't, but let me know down below. But overall, yeah, patience and being able to control those emotions are huge when it comes to stock market investing and trading. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. On top of all that, we had gold and silver. They had one heck of a day. VIX was up, volatility was up, and the fact that the metals were up as well, that goes to show that today we saw a volatility, and B, we saw a decent amount of fear out there and a little bit of I don't want to say anxiousness, but it feels like the markets they're just not right now. They're waiting for news. They're very sensitive to news, and the market's moving in very drastic directions, or rather very drastic. We see very drastic moves in either direction, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Make sure to smash that like button as well if you all are enjoying the video so far. That really does help me out here on the YouTube platform with the whole YouTube algorithm, which is it's a crazy game here, YouTube. It really is, guys. And let's talk about some stocks now, right? And not to toot my own horn, but the gold stocks, the silver stocks, did we not call those out 2 months ago? I mean, we've been talking about these like crazy, and the gold stocks, they continue doing so well. This is such a great hedge, guys, and I'm super happy that I was able to buy. And this doesn't always happen. This does not always happen that you time the bottom, but in this case, I timed the bottom. And okay, look, I didn't get it at exactly 1864 like we see here. That was the bottom in the end of February, but I got pretty dang close. I got these shares at $19.06, $19.04, something like that. And now we're sitting pretty above $25. That investment I made, and mind you guys, they also pay dividends, but not including dividends, we're up 25% on that, and I think there's more upside. And this is on Barrick Gold, by the way, which is my favorite, arguably, gold stock out there. And this went up 5% today, and I think there's more upside, maybe to about 26, 27. And now the question is, guys, am I going to lock in some profit? I don't necessarily plan on doing that right now with this particular investment, but if we're able to get, let's say, back to the 30s, that is where I'd consider locking in. And ideally, I'd like to wait more than a year with this. It might not happen, but I want to for the tax purposes, long-term versus short-term capital gains. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about that. So I'd like to wait a year since this isn't my long-term portfolio, but who knows? If it runs up so aggressively, I might just take the tax hit. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, if you're paying taxes, right, guess what that means, guys? You're making money. So that's a good sign. And yeah, that's my thoughts there on Barrick Gold. GDX is another one, which is a gold miners ETF. It's a group of a bunch of great gold, silver stocks, mostly obviously the gold miners, gold miners stocks. And this one went up 5% today. It held 37 like clockwork. It ran all the way to 39. It broke 39. And now I'm thinking we're a bit overbought. We might see a bit of a consolidation period, maybe even a sell-off. But I think ultimately $41, well, more like $41 is the next target, which could be another nice gain there. And maybe up to about 42, which was the high from back in, when was this? Beginning of November. So I really like GDX, GOLD. I also like GLD, which is an ETF that tracks the price of gold. This one's fully breaking out. We also called this one out many times in the past, guys. And by the way, all my real-time buy and sell alerts, trades I'm making, options I'm making, long-term investments I'm looking at, that's on Patreon, linked right down below. If you guys are interested, you get a bunch of exclusive perks on there, and it's a great way to support me outside of YouTube if you guys want to. And again, that's linked right down below. And yeah, GLD, I really like it. We also had some other long-term investments. Well, really one other long-term investment do pretty well today for me, and that was Golden Nugget Online Gaming, which I've also been buying on the way down here really recently, not for a long time. I started buying the stock about a month, maybe 2 months ago. I don't know exactly the date, but I originally started buying at 15, bought more, I think at about 13 and the 12s, and I recently picked up shares in the 10s, guys. Probably my lowest buy point, excuse me, guys, lowest buy point, I believe was like 10.50, 10.40, something like that. And they just reported earnings today. They did EPS of negative 15 cents, so they lost 15 cents, but they did revenue of $26.7 million. And mind you guys, this company, it's not a large cap. It's not even a mid cap. I mean, it is, I guess, under $1 billion is considered a small cap company. This company is, let's see, I'm pulling it up on Yahoo Finance right now. This company, the market cap is $900 million. So $900 million, they just did 26 roughly, well, more like 27 million in the previous quarter. And their revenue is up 17.3 million, or rather from 17.3 million last year. So their revenue's up about 8 to 9 million per year over year from the previous quarter. And if you look at that annualized revenue number, I think they could do over 100 million this year. And $900 million company doing 100 million in revenue, right? That's roughly what? That's a pretty good ratio right there of, what's it called? That's price to sales, or I'm mixing that up. But you guys know what I mean. 900 million to about the market cap being 900 million, $100 million in sales per year. That is a pretty decent value, I'd say, considering the growth this company has. And we see other stocks out there that are valued way, way more expensive than that. Their market caps are 50 billion, and some of these companies aren't even doing, they're not even doing $100 million a year. I mean, actually, that's ridiculous. A lot of them are, but you guys get the point. Some of these stocks, they're pretty expensive when it comes to the valuation, and this one's not. I really like that ratio between market cap to those sales numbers. So that's Golden Nugget Online Gaming. It's still at a low point at about $11. I still might end up adding more to this. As you guys can see, it's actually moving down after hours, although today it did go up 3% at the close, so a pretty strong day for this stock during the day, but after hours it's down a little bit. But ultimately, guys, I'm going to buy this anywhere from $10, $11, $12. That is a good price in my opinion for GNOG. And IDEX is another one that went ballistic today. This stock went up 17%, up 42 cents. And this one it's a clear descending triangle. You guys can see we're making lower highs, but we're also holding 250 roughly as support. And today we went up 42 cents, up 17%. So we're obviously still holding 250 as support. And after hours, we're down just a little bit, down a couple percentage points, but we're still holding 270 roughly on EPS of zero, literally zero. So they did $0 EPS versus the negative 8 cents estimated. So EPS beat, and revenue also beat by a ridiculous margin. I'm not sure what the analysts were thinking. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I don't track this company too in depth, right? But look, revenue came in at 32.71 million versus 11 million. So what the heck? How did they beat that aggressively? I don't know what they're doing with those numbers, guys. But anyway, they 3x'd revenue compared to that estimate, and I'm not sure why the stock's not up on that. Maybe it was already priced in, but overall, I'm nervous about this pattern because it's a descending triangle. We're also seeing that on NEO, and NEO's slowly breaking down on this descending triangle, so it's playing out. So I'm a bit nervous. But listen, if IDEX could end up breaking, let's say $3, if it cleanly breaks $3 into the mid threes, that is when I'd consider it a breakout. But the truth is, we're not there yet, so we have to be patient. And the same thing we're seeing here on it's the same thing we're seeing on ChargePoint. CHPT is the ticker, and I haven't talked about this one in ages, guys, and we're seeing a descending triangle. Look, it's right at the resistance right now. We're holding $20, 1960. We've been holding that for the past couple of weeks, but at this point in time, right around, let's say, 23 to 25, this could end up being, it's difficult. This could end up being, excuse me, guys, a bull trap spot. That's the thing, because if we end up seeing a move up towards 25, right by that 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart, we could end up getting trapped if it fails to break out of there. So for me, I'm going to be safe with this one and put an alert right above 25. And mind you, this is a position that I own. I own this stock. I haven't bought in the past couple of weeks, but I've just been holding on to the shares that I bought a couple months ago. And I did average down. I think my recent buy on ChargePoint was at $20. No joke, $20.10. I got it literally at the bottom. And obviously I bought shares in the 30s, a little bit mid 30s, high 30s, whatever. And I literally bought it at $20 here, and then it saw this rally, but I didn't dump any shares, so it doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm not selling. I don't plan on selling this stock really in the next couple of weeks whatsoever. I'm just holding on. And GME and AMC, we're seeing a resurgence of these meme stocks, right? GME went up, 10% today, 13%? Yeah, 13%. We're breaking out of the wedge. This is very bullish, guys. We're trading above both the 180 and the 50 moving averages here, and it's bullish. What else can I say? I mean, we're breaking the wedge. We're about to go test the high point from back. When was this? Back in the end of April. If that breaks at about 196, we get into 200. Watch out. That's all I'm saying, guys. Watch out. If GameStop gets back into 200, it could end up blowing the top off. Maybe not to 500. That's a bit ridiculous. But if it got to 300 again, high 200s, mid 200s, would I be surprised? Absolutely not. And AMC also did well today, not as well as GameStop, but still it's okay because AMC, holy crap, what the heck's going on right now? Are we seeing that short squeeze after hours? Don't even get me started, guys. It looks like we are. Let's go, guys. Look at this. Live action. What a move. What a freaking move. What is going on, man? This is crazy. Is this AMC theater chain, AMC stock, the Warner Media deal wasn't the main reason, yada, yada, yada. I got to look into this, but we're seeing a ridiculous squeeze right now. Look at this. From 1420 to about 1520, that's a 7% squeeze in the matter of minutes. And then we saw another move from $15 to almost $16. So this is extremely bullish, guys. AMC took the high out from last week. Yeah, we're going to the moon. This is what a chart looks like. That's going to the moon. No joke. I mean, we broke 1420. That was the high from Thursday. So this is serious, guys. This is very serious. And we also broke the high, oh wow, from back in the middle of March. So now we're playing with levels we haven't been at since the initial spike of these meme stocks. So this is a perfect example. If you literally had diamond hands, like no joke, if you had diamond hands, you bought back here, you held through down to $5. If you diamond handed it, you would actually be almost up on your position. Isn't that just crazy? And I honestly think, and I could be wrong, you guys can flame me in the comments, but I really think AMC could go back over $25 a share, $30. I really think that could happen. It's a good reopening trade. Same with Disney. Disney's a great reopening trade. It's down now to about 169. I think it's going 160. If it fills that gap down to that low from back in the end of January, I'm buying more Disney. I might even load up on some call options. I talked about that recently, right? And look, I mean, Disney, Bob Chapek said it's the demand is crazy. Bookings are crazy for the next couple of quarters. They lifted the mask mandate, which is great for the consumers that are at Disney. I mean, let's be honest, guys. If you're in humid 90-degree weather, are you going to want to wear a mask? Not really. I mean, let's be honest. So this is good for people that want to go there, and it's going to increase the sales. So I really think overall for the business, it's going to be it's going to be good for this business, and the stock is going to reflect that. Maybe not a week, maybe not in a month, but in the next couple of months, I truly think Disney will bounce back and maybe even take those highs out that we saw, and that is exactly why I want to buy more shares and load up on some call options, probably about a year, maybe 2 years out, give myself some time on those, and hopefully make some money, right? And last stock for today is Beyond Meat, and this stock, guys, got under $100. I hit 99.86 recently, and now it's in my buy zone. It's in my buy zone officially, and I know I've been saying I want to buy Beyond Meat for weeks at this point. I haven't done it, and I guess patience is very great here because it ended up paying out for me, although I didn't buy it yet. But if I do end up buying it, it's at a 30% discount from where I was originally going to buy it in the 130s, 140s. So I'm happy about that. And look, the fact that we hit a low on the 4 hour, that's not the greatest sign. We're also at a low point on the yearly chart. So where could we go from here? Maybe we start going back to the mid 70s, maybe $80, and this could allow me to build up a position, from $100, maybe down to 80, like I said, maybe $70, $60. That could be a nice buy area for the next bull run that we see in Beyond Meat, which I truly believe will be coming, and we just have to be patient for it, guys. So overall, that's it. We'll wrap it up there. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. That means a lot to me. Let me know in the comments. I love interacting with you guys always, and feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video, and make sure to also check out my Patreon if you guys want real-time buy and sell alerts, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me. I go over the moves I'm making there every day, right? And some days I don't make moves, but any moves I do make, I put them on Patreon. That's linked down below, or you can go to patreon.com/DasSurFest. Don't forget to also get 2 free stocks from WeBull. $30. I'm choking here, guys. $30 from M1 Finance. All of those are free. Link down below. I'll see you all in the next video. And oh, by the way, if you guys want to see a little price technical analysis on the price of Bitcoin, my thoughts on what's going on with Bitcoin, Elon Musk, and so forth, check out my video from earlier. I'll pin it here. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching again. As always, peace out.